7-5-4. Centre circle holds the ball aloft, and we're underway here in the third quarter. As Dorber gets a tap down to Fuller, much the same as it started in the first part of the game. However, this time it's Fursland picks the footy up, goes into the forward 50. Mark taken by Bliss unattended. Handball to Reek. He goes wide looking for Van Ingen, but again Fursland chips in front, takes the good mark, goes to the middle of the ground. Nathan Lewis, he's got 3 to boot, and he does that. Gets a handball over the top of Martin. Coming through is Brad Watts, tries to elude the tackle, does well with a handball. It doesn't quite reach the mark. It goes to Gibbs. They're mucking about with it again. Watts held without the footy. Play on, said the umpire, then tackle high. Umpire then pings him for holding the ball. Umpire on the blind side, didn't see the head-high tackle, and free kick, Belpost Hill. Not a good kick, looking for Hulls Fine on centre wing. He's looking for a free kick, throws the footy away. Now the umpire, well, I reckon he gave 2 decisions wrong there. The free kick was wrong, the 50 metres was wrong because the free kick should have gone the other way, and very poor decision on that occasion by the umpire. So his kicking distance, and why wouldn't he go for Grigic, who almost took the mark in the full forward position, but it is, again, the ball, there's a whistle on play, and what's the situation? Player held without, so but maybe that's the square up free kick by the other umpire. Tui plays on, handball backwards to Fuller. Fuller right across the face of goal, and Biskin honours him by taking the mark. Now they haven't got too much to go to, although the lead has, well, Woods needs to work a bit harder to get to the contest here. Ball kicked off the ground for Bannockburn, goes forward, Van Ingen, he's done the kicking and then has to chase. So finally the ball, well, it's not picked up. Moreland picked up, tackled, gets out of the tackle, comes back towards the, kicks towards centre wing. The wind's playing havoc with that. Biskin lost sight of it, picked up by Watts, shows some pace. Now kicks it inside 50. The lead coming there from Mullane Grant. Oh, nice little tap to Perkins. Perkins around the body. That's a magnificent goal. I'll give Mullane Grant the benefit of that. Bliss is sort of zoning into Grigic's area.
Yeah. So ball back in the centre of the ground. Cav can't get a clean kick away. It's been in the hands of Parker now with Lewis. Back in the hands of Dorber. There's a free kick there to Lewis, held without the ball. And Nathan Lewis gets up and will take the resulting free kick right in the centre of the ground. Plays on now, comes wide, kicks the ball to the half-forward line. Holzfeen's there by himself, but over the top, Bliss doesn't try to punch, tries to mark. Ball comes out and goes to Watts. Watts with pace, releases the ball out to Reek. Reek to Fuller. Fuller now stops and has time to steady and go back to Watts. He gets around the first one, goes back inside to Reek, and Reek now delivers the ball towards Biskin. Biskin in front, doesn't take the mark, goes to Fursland, who's read the ball well off the contest. Bit of good chase there from behind. The ball's kicked forward, goes towards Bliss. Hurst coming through, but it's Bliss who picks the ball up, gets the handball out, goes towards Lewis. Lewis goes backwards to Kavka, and Kavka now comes wide, looking for Grigic once again. He's up in front. Good contest there. The ball's now with Holt's feet at ground level. He tries to handball back over his head. It's picked up there for Bannockburn by Watts. So the ball now back into play. Parker knocks the ball down only as far as Fuller goes across the top of the pack and finds Gibbs. Gibbs now kicks the ball, goes forward again, goes over the top of the players leading forward. Basically going back with the flight of the ball, picks the ball up and comes wide, and Nathan Lewis in space has the ball, runs away, crosses from centre wing, has Fursland inside, and that's the direction he goes in. It's a nice looking kick. Coming from behind is Casino. He can't take the mark. Picked up by Hickleton, and Hickleton turns out of defence, goes forward, finds Biskin. Now Biskin with a kick going forward, looking for Mullane Grant. He can't get to the contest. Ball's kicked off the ground by Bott. Perkins is there, but Bott leads in the race for the ball. We'll see it over the boundary line. No, it's kept in the field of play. Now it's gone over the ball. Now in the forward half, two ruckman, Woods and I think it was Moreland, but the ball's picked up there by Robbie May, who just kicks the ball, thrown back into play. In behind, Dorber tries to reach over the top, but it's a good clean pick up there, and it's taken away this time by Nathan Lewis. Goes over the top to Basely. Basely's running forward, goes backwards. Don't know why he did that to Overall, because he's put him under pressure. Goes towards Poposki. He hasn't had clean hands all day. Can't pick the ball up. Now in the hands of Ellis. Goes back to McAuliffe to Lewis. Lewis handballs to himself and then gets another ball forward, only as far as Arnell. Goes back towards the goal square. Mullane Grant with good body in the goal square. Unfortunately for Bott, he couldn't get back far enough or hard enough, and Tommy Mullane Grant takes the mark inside the top of the goal square. So from about 10 metres out, directly in front, Malone Grant, a chance to go back and kick goal number 7. Comes in, kicks it over the top of the goal umpire's head. That's
So we're back in the middle. Ball now having been returned. Has up high Dorber, went up and down early. May tries to tap it forward. Perkins, Lee. Nice little handball to Fuller. Fuller now goes towards half forward. Not a good kick, and picked out Moreland actually. And Moreland and Woods having a get to score in this third quarter. As Parker now, unattended, went for the mark. May looking for the handball, free kick, sorry. Handball came to Lee Perkins, had a pot shot on the last 9 minutes.
So Nathan Lewis kicks to himself, runs out of defence, kicks the ball long as he does normally, goes towards centre wing, but Martin's the only one who really had eyes for the ball in that contest. Takes the mark, steady, goes inside and will find Holzfiend. Pressure from behind. We nearly went then, but he's able to feed the ball back. No, he doesn't. Decides to go himself. Goes wide and finds Hurst. Hurst doesn't take the ball on the full. Allows it now to pick the ball up. Kicks on his left. Goes round the corner. Nicholson going back with a flight. Doesn't take the mark. Picked up there by Grigic. Unfortunately, his teammates weren't there to help him in support, and the ball's been kicked out of defence. Goes towards Biskin on centre wing. Taps the ball forward. That's good play. Finds Perkins by himself in space. He goes back to Biskin by hand, and Biskin now a short kick looking for Woods. Poor kick off the boot. Moreland's good there. Put pressure on Woods. Able to see the ball go over the boundary line. No, it's still in the field of play. And now Perkins it is. Goes back looking for his brother, but Malane Grant, best position. Doesn't get the first one. Umpire's called the play on. He has to release the ball. He does so now. So at ground level, players are working for it. Umpire obviously thought it was touched. And he's going to stick by that decision because he's the bloke that controls the game. So he throws the ball up right on the point of the square. Parker knocks the ball wide. May picks the ball off the contest. He's read that plenty well today. Kicks outside 50. Goes towards Dorber. Has time to steady a prop. Goes forward. Hines Hinchcliffe. Hinchcliffe to Arnell. Arnell looking for pressure, but Watts in support.
Key it that way, but at times they could get it on the boot a little bit
ball
quicker.
Back in the field of play now. Comes towards Arnell. He's pushing the back. Martin's over the top. The ball comes out. Goes towards Fursland. He can't get clean passage. Oh, Moreland does well. Lifts the ball up. Goes to Dorber. Dorber slams it on his boot. Goes back to the goal square. Bott in best position this time. Has support by overall in the goal square. There's a bit of pressure now. They put themselves under it, but Bott's good enough to get the ball outside and has Holzfiend by himself. Kicks round the wing. Ellis now takes the mark. Plays on quickly, comes back on his natural side. Kick, looks in forward, going towards Kavka, but over the top is Bliss. He goes by hand to Higgleton and off to Matt Watts. So coming through the centre of the ground, Gain kicks the ball long, back inside 50, goes towards the front of the contest. Perkins it is, it picks the ball up, kicks round the corner, and Dean Perkins.
All forward movements and repel it pretty easy.
So in the middle, the ball goes in the air once again. Dickers up high, gets a tap down to the advantage of Belpastil, unfortunately, as it into the arms of Holzfine. He goes towards full forward. Much better work there by Tui, playing Grigic a lot closer. Ball picked up by Hickleton, gets the foot to the footy and finds the safety of the boundary. 20 metres to score in this third quarter as the ball thrown in. Bannockburn doing very well at the stoppages now. They clear that one well toward the middle of the ground. Numbers there, well, the ball eludes all as Arnold does well. Nice little handball to, that was finds Dean Perkins eventually. Dean Perkins to Arnold, who's followed through, and the ball very, very quickly in the full forward area for...
Great running.
So now the throw in, nice tap back there by Woods to Malane Grant. Malane Grant hooks around the body. Oh, when it's your day, it is your day. The beautiful tap doing the...
Back in the centre of the ground. Dickers up against Parker. Dickers up high, knocks the ball down, heads towards Hinchcliffe, but Lewis it is, it reads the play better, kicks the ball and goes long, inside 50. Grigic out in front. Oh, it probably could have been played a hole there, but goes towards Hickleton, clears the ball back, goes towards Dickers and he picks the ball up. Goes short inside. Wasn't a good looking kick, but the result is it falls in the hands of Woods. Goes back by hands looking for Dickers, but he can't pick it up. Now it's a tap out wide. It's a throw by the umpire. The umpire needs to get up with the game. I think it's called a paddle, isn't it?
Oh, gee.
So, but anyway, Brad Martin, resulting free kick. No, it's not. It's Chris Moreland. So Moreland now kicks the ball back inside the 50. Coming out is Tui, and in front takes the mark. So Nick Tui, deep in defence, goes sideways or handballs to Hickleton. Hickleton comes out wide. The kick's looking for Perkins, gets a hand on the ball. In support is Watts. Can't pick the ball up. So Dickers There with Parker. Parker does well, knocks the ball down. Picked up by Fuller, goes back towards Nicholson. Nicholson again has players back and behind in support, and that is Hickleton. So he now loads up, goes long, back towards centre half forward. Woods can't take the mark. More.
Oh, God.
This bloke obviously not doing himself any favours. He's looking for a senior job in the finals, but ball anyway goes wide.
He's not having a good day.
Goes out towards May, and May goes towards Kavka. Bliss in front, holds that position. We'll probably see the ball over the boundary line, and he does so now with Kavka. Ruck work. This time Dickers up against Sean Lewis. Coming to support was Fursland. Goes towards Van Ingen. He gets the ball out and it goes only as far as Fursland. Fursland kicks forward, but going back to fill the hole is Nicholson, and he plays on now. Comes in towards centre half back. Watts picks up the ball, runs onto it. Has his brother running wide and goes by hand over the top. It'll be 1-2. They just want the stats racked up between the two of them, I think. But now Matt Watts through the centre of the ground. Some good run. It's a long kick towards goal. It didn't come off the boot too well. Oh, it's gone just the...
Lima, that's honoured. And Lima takes the mark, half-back flank. Little chip over the top to McAuliffe. McAuliffe takes the mark. Handball quickly to Holzfine. Holzfine just gets the kick away. It's only as far there as Hickleton. And Hickleton looks like Kavka and Bliss have tangled again on half-back. But in the meantime, the ball is at half-forward for... Oh, goodness me. Alistair was going for a mark. And the umpire's paid it for in the back. Gee. I don't know what the game's coming to. It's in the meantime, Lee Perkins centre wing, handball backwards to Hickleton. Hickleton now just runs unattended. Oh, it's a shocking kick off the boot, going towards now the umpire, the same umpire. That was probably a mark. Didn't pay that one. So now the ball's picked up, kicked towards half forward for the Belpost. Still one-handed Mark Kavka. He won the honours on that occasion. Ran quickly, and Grigic again just too good on that occasion. Good delivery. He got away from Tui. Nothing against the young fella on that occasion. Couldn't have done any more. And in the meantime, it is Grigic 30 metres out, 45-degree angle.
It's not the way Tui wants the ball to come in. He wants it under a little bit more pressure than that. So, he doesn't mind it when it becomes a body contest, but on the lead, Grigic has got him every time.
So Grigic now moves in, 45-degree angle, reads it pretty well, and haven't played as much footy up forward as Brent Grigic.
Not for 5 or 6 minutes, see what happens.
So Dickers this time rings the ball out of the centre, goes towards Hobbs. He picks the ball up in front of Martin, and he now kicks in looking for the full forward, but he led the wrong way, I think, and Hobbs went straight to the goal square. So it's now been cleared out of defence by Moreland. Moreland comes around the boundary line. So Parker pushes in. Ball comes to the back, goes to Gibbs, now to Fuller. Fuller has the player in what's behind, gets on his left foot, able to kick the ball round the corner, goes towards Woods, but the boundary as well. So this time the ball's thrown back into play, comes to the front of the contest. Perkins tries to pluck it and go, but... So as players in the middle of the ground, Lima leading forward. Unfortunately, the options are all standing still now for Belpost Hill. The umpire calls play on. He kicks long, goes forward. Nathan Lewis in front of player in Perkins and takes the mark. So now Lewis loads up, goes long, but it's not a good looking kick off the boot. Goes towards the half forward line. Hickleton again back there. Has time to steady, twist and turn. Comes back now, he slips over knees, and Dickers taps the ball backwards, only as far there as Hurst. Hurst now gives to Ellis. Ellis goes to Hobbs. Hobbs gets the ball on his foot, goes towards Perkins. Coming the other way is Popovsky. Perkins back over the ball. Now with Moreland, gets the handball back to Parker, and Parker goes 2 metres to May with by foot. Now in the hands of Popovsky, good smother off the boot there. Now he's under pressure, falls to the ground, still has the ball. Umpire says it's not coming out, and a free kick. No, it's not. It's a ball up, umpire's decision. Were you chasing the rainbow then, Matty, were you? I thought you must have been. Ball thrown in the air. Dickers taps the ball down to Fuller. He can't pick the ball up now with Gibbs. Feeds the ball back and goes to Fuller once again. Tries to get through the contest. Goes to Nicholson. So they're feeding the ball backwards. It goes back to Reek and now back with Hickleton. Has players short in Hobbs if he wants to, but now decides to load up. Goes long again looking for Alistair Wood. Gets over the top. Players need to be quick on foot here. Woods dives in the ball, doesn't take possession. But it is Moreland. Now it's with Woods. Ball is tackled, comes out. Martin picks the ball up for Bellpost Hill. Goes to Robbie May, and May now goes back forward looking for Sean Lewis. He's in front, can't take the mark. Kavka gets to the front for square contest, but he's going to leave it for, no, he's not. He's going to pick the ball up in front of Lewis. Has time to steady, still running backwards. Chips the ball round the corner, looking for Hurst. Good clean pickup. Left-hand handball's not good to Lewis, and Biskin's there to put pressure on. Both players diving the ball. Ball's going to go over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play.
So 22 round, big fella Parker gets the tap backwards, then falls on top of the footy, I think. But Bannockburn, they pick it up, the handball came out. It's a quick kick forward, Hole's fine. He can't pick the footy up, and numbers there with Bannockburn as Reek picks it up. A long kick from him, looking over the head of all players. The ball doesn't bounce well. Alistair Woods held without the footy, no, said the umpire. And then Bellpost through Fursland towards the middle of the ground. Gee, the wind held that up. And, well, Hobbs took the mark. Now he's called to play on. And, just gets it to mark dropped by Van Ingen. Picked up by, Biskin does well. Smothered the handball that Popovsky was trying to get rid of. And the ball now... goodness gracious me, what's that for? Umpire's given a free kick to Bellpost Hill. I don't know what for. Popovsky had the footy. Handball to Moreland. Moreland now toward the middle of the ground. In the way there is Gibbs, but he puts on a great tackle on Hurst. Picked up by Martin. He's immediately tackled Bliss. He breaks a tackle with strength. Now goes towards half forward, and coming behind the pack there was Biskin, and a very well judged mark for him. So the man on the mark's at 35 metres out, directly in front of goal. And I think the last time we saw Bannockburn, this young fella kicked 2 or 3 goals, didn't he, late in the game after a very nervous start. So Dennis Biskin having a direct shot for goal here. Can he bring up the 100? It's not a good kick, it's misdirected. In fact, he brings up the 100 because it is a behind. And
like he's done previous times, he does so again, comes wide, targets Lima, can't be taken there, it goes over his head there. Now it's a bit slippery with that last sprinkling of rain, goes back to Parker. Parker goes into Overall, and Overall kicks the ball quickly into the centre of the ground. Nicholson able to get the ball, but Holzfeen front and square, does well, kicks the ball now, looking for Grigic. He's out in front. He's got some pressure there from Tui this time, has the ball. Players are tackled, support comes in, this time it's Hickleton, gets the ball, needs to release it and does so, and goes back to Nicholson. So Nicholson on his natural side, on the left foot, goes out of defence, only as far as Lima. Lima picks up Kavka, Kavka curls the ball, it hasn't come back enough. And
now call to bring the ball into play by the umpire. Mark taken by Matt Watts. He goes long now towards centre wing. Gee whiz, set Lee Perkins a task out there, but the troops arrive to support him as May, a little toe poke along the ground, and Lee McAuliffe, he can't pick the footy up. He's having one of those days too, I think, as Chris Reed on third quarter. Ball thrown in. Good work, Dickers there. Edged out of the contest by Parker, but still got a hand to the footy, and the ball taken toward the boundary. And metre arc where it intersects with the boundary, puts the ball into play again. 50-50 to Ruckman. Ball comes out. Arnold went without the footy. Picked up by Bliss. He's played a pretty solid game back there. Goes towards centre wing, and in the Bannockburn late in the quarter, obviously prepared to just defend the ball out there as the ball just pushed almost 6 Bellpost Hill.
So ball thrown back into play. Dick as it is, it knocks the ball to the defensive side. It's coming in there. I think it's Biskin that dumped on the ball, but the ball's come out towards Hobbs. Now it's fed forward there by either Lewis or... No, it's not. It's there's a few of those ball blokes out there, and that's Baseley. But he's played pretty well, pretty solid. Ball's gone to the front of the contest now. It's been picked up. Players try to get round the contest. It's Hobbs. He's been picked up there for incorrect disposal, and a good tackle there from Sean Lewis. So Sean Lewis able to go short, goes towards Holzfine. He takes a mark, can play on now because the Bannockburn player overcommitted, goes back towards the goal square, but it's not a good back in the field of play. Changes direction, goes towards Tui. Tui now has a longer option. Player there is Bliss. It's going to make the target. I can't see there, and Bliss does take the mark. Has players in support, goes over the top. Running player is Hinchcliffe. He can't pick the ball up the first time. Hurst goes back and collects it. Now he dives on it, and it's over the boundary line.
Didn't be as long as the others.
So it's ball now, back into play. Ball comes to the back, picked up there by Sean Lewis. Has time, steadies, kicks round the corner, goes back towards the goal square. In front, Hickleton coming through. The ball's in the hands of Nicholson. Goes back to Hickleton now. He can't get a clean possession away. Now with Kavka, he's tackled from behind, feeds the ball out, and there's a free kick. So Robbie Kavka, right on the three-quarter time siren, has a chance to kick his second goal, and the 9th goal for Bellpost Hill. So Kavka goes back. Sun shining here. It's a nice-looking kick off the boot. It's going to go across the face of goal and through for a minor score.
So that being a behind, that makes the three-quarter time score 15 goals, 10-100 Bannockburn. 8-7-55 to Bellpost Hill. Goal kickers for the game to date for Bannockburn. Tom Mullane Grant has 8. Dean Perkins has 3. And single goals to James Hobbs, Alistair Woods, Ross Arnold and Justin Bliss. For Bellpost Hill, Brent Grigich has 4. And singles to David Holsfine, Sean Lewis, Robert Kavka and Bevan Hurst. So just repeating, the three-quarter time score is 15-10-100 Bannockburn, 8-7-55 Bellpost. Just as we're about to start the final quarter, Dale has three-quarter time scores all other games. Some interesting scores there, Dale.
Yeah, certainly. Anarchy 3 goals 4, Inverleigh 7 goals 9, Winchelsea 3-5, East Geelong 15-16, North Geelong 5 goals 7, they trail Belmont Lions 11-10. Werribee 4 goals 4, Thompson 14-11, and Geelong West 3 goals 10, Corio 14 goals 12.
So games pretty much now starting to go as suggested they should have. As the ball in the middle of the ground, the tap down went to Kazina doing the ruck work for Bellpost Hill, but it's been kicked forward by Brad Watts for Bannockburn. It's just outside 50. The ball pushed out by players laying on the ground, picked up Kavka over the top to Fursland. Under pressure, Fursland out, gets a handball away. Terrible kick there from the Bellpost Hill player as it's picked up there by Dorber. Gee, does well, pretty agile. Goes to Brad Watts. He goes backwards to Hickleton. He's been a good option back there, Hickleton. He's got them out of trouble quite a few times. Now he decides to go where? Middle of the ground, puts young Arnold, sets him a big task, but Mark dropped there by Martin, unfortunately for Bellpost Hill. And there's a kicking off the ground, kicking in danger. The free kick will go to Bliss of Bannockburn. And I'm not too sure who created the problem. Decides to play on quickly, goes towards full forward. There's a one-on-one contest there coming through. Alistair Woods only went one-handed, can't take the footy, and his opponent, Chris Morland, picks the footy up, goes out wide. Watts now leads in the race for the footy. Minutes gone, final quarter. No change to three-quarter time score. Sean Lewis. The ruck work on the short throw in, picked up Brad Watts. He hooks it around the body, and the mark taken by Rob May for Bellpost Hill. Half-back flank, Bellpost Hill in control. Where's he going to go? Decides to go back into the corridor, and just a good kick, and Morland honoured it. Now he's got a player looting on centre wing is Hurst. Hurst takes the mark ahead of Van Ingen, decides to play on. The ball is round the body and in front of our broadcast position, Brad Martin for Bellpost Hill. Takes the mark, wheels around, goes towards half forward. But in the way there is Sam Hickleton, takes the mark. 2 minutes gone, final quarter, 15-10, plays 8-7, Bannockburn in front.
So Hickleton now from defence, goes to the far wing, looks for Biskin. It's a nice looking kick and a good strong mark. Has Watts running past and releases the handball to him. Watts on his left foot, goes forward, looking for Mullane Grant. Bott gets a hand on the ball, and at ground level he should beat Mullane Grant. He's hobbling a bit there at the back from Hobbs, but umpire, he does so now. The only one that was near the ball was Fuller. Doesn't take the ball. Yes, he did, said the umpire, and he put it down, so the free kick goes to Robbie May. So Robbie May, half-back line, Bellpost Hill. Obviously needs a few more soldiers to get in behind this bloke, but Robbie May now clears the ball towards centre wing. Players up, bounces off Hickleton's chest, comes to the front. Good roving there from Fursland, goes to Martin, but it's back now with Hickleton. Goes back to Watts. So Watts now from centre wing, kicks the ball back into the centre of the ground, goes towards Hinchcliffe, picks the ball up, spins back on his natural side, goes out wide, finds Reek. Reek releases the ball to Van Ingen. He can't take clean possession. Fuller's there and he'll go back by hand again to Hinchcliffe, and Hinchcliffe goes forward, looking for Woods. Ball is at the back of the contest, picked up there by Moreland. Under pressure, gets the ball out, and it's back now with Moreland once again. He picks the ball up, runs out of defence. Nice looking kick, gets over the top of Holzfine. Picked up by Biskin, who kicks round the corner, but under pressure, does not a good kick, goes towards Kazina. Comes off his knee, goes to Holzfine, now to McElveny. He has the ball, runs towards 50. He's tackled from behind, falls in the arms of Baseley, who tries to kick the ball round the corner, but can't bring it back far enough, and the ball goes short over the top towards Biskin. Oh, gee, it was a good kick coming out, but it goes towards Watt. Clean pick up and streams out of defence, goes over the top, finds Bliss running from defence also. So Bannockburn players now, has with Bliss, puts the ball on the ground, goes looking for Mullane Grant. Just edges Bott under the ball, can't take the mark, but Bott good at ground level, picks the ball up, delivers the ball out wide, but the only option out there is Lee Perkins from Bannockburn. He now picks the ball up, goes back on his right foot, kicks the ball back towards the centre half forward position. Moreland edges Wood out of the contest this time and takes a good mark. Changes, goes back to that same side of the ground and finds Fantella. He takes the ball, goes short, finds Sean Lewis. So Lewis goes back to Fantella, who comes out of defence, goes towards the centre of the ground. Good kick in there to Nathan Lewis. Just a bit too much carry on it. He doesn't take the mark. Now gets the ball, goes to Popovsky. McElveny, he picks the ball up, goes to Baseley. Baseley runs again towards the 50, kicks towards goal, but it's off the side of the boot. And Tui goes back and takes the mark. Comes across the goal front, goes to Reek by hand. Reek needs players to come at him and has Fuller. He will take the mark. So Lee Fuller takes the mark. Pressured there by Hurst.
Oh, that's got to be 50.
I'm not too sure what's he doing. Yeah, I've no idea what's happening here, but anyway. He's been asked to go back over the mark correctly, goes short, and will find Dorber. So Brandon Dorber played a good game in the ruck, has Reek running for him, has Watts behind. Kicks the ball, goes towards centre wing. In front, Gibbs. Behind, but no, it's good mark from Gibbs, and Gibbs takes the mark in front of Holtzfine. So Dan Gibbs on centre wing. Looks to bit the ball into the forward zone. His target's going to be Mullane Grant or Woods, but the playing in front is Lima, and Shane Lima takes the mark for Bellpost Hill. So Lima in defence again. Game not moving too quickly in this last quarter. No urgency from either sides. The ball's kicked to the centre wing. In front, Kazina can't take the mark, goes over the top. McElveny, I think it was, who took the possession of the ball, goes towards Lewis, and Lewis now on the left foot, looking for Grigic again. Behind Tui, in front. And the free kick going to Grigic. So Brent Grigic will go back. He'll have his chance to kick for his fourth goal of the afternoon.
Brent Grigic reckons it's fantastic. See the grin in his face.
Fifth goal of the afternoon.
He reckons he's been gifted one.
So Grigic from about 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. It's a nice looking kick off the boot, goes straight back over the umpire's head and goes through for a goal. So
ball comes to ground level again. Gibbs can't, well, he finally gets it. Nice handball out to Watts. That's Brad over the top looking for Fuller. He finds Fuller, who taps it back again to Watts. Watts now quickly on the boot, put down the ground, so decides to go long towards centre wing. In front there, Kazina can't take the mark. Ball comes to ground. It was Fursland, and Fursland might well have kicked it out of bounds on the full as well. No, it's been touched in the field of play, and the boundary umpire will put the ball back into play. So 9 minutes gone, final quarter, 15-10 plays 9-7. Dorber, lovely tap down to Fuller. Fuller to Matt Watts. Watts now drew the player. The handball doesn't match the effort though, and they've turned it over here, Bannockburn, as the ball goes to Kavka on his own at centre half forward, and just one too many handball middle of the ground for Bannockburn. Now Kavka, he's found Sean, no, in fact it's Nathan Lewis. He's, where's he gone with it? He's kicked it straight back to Matt Watts. So comedy of errors at the moment as players on both sides making mistakes. The ball goes towards centre wing, and Van Ingen takes the mark ahead of Hurst. He goes back inboard. He's found Hinchcliffe. Hinchcliffe now decides to play on. Kicks it long towards half forward. There's Hobbs, can't take the mark. He's got to beat 3. Luck is a fortune because he does exactly that and has just missed to the left-hand side. So gone.
So Lyman does a kick again, goes short and finds Sean Lewis. Lewis deep in defence, now looking for Casina. Good kick, and Casina doesn't let him down. He takes the mark. Has players running, and Holtz finds one of them. Goes inside, and that player takes the mark. Plays on, able to just get boot to ball, but the kick going forwards hasn't favoured the Bellpost Hill forward line, and Hickleton comes out of defence, kicks the ball back towards centre wing, and Van Ingen with the umpire. Centre wing thrown back into play. Casina knocks the ball down, picked up there. Doesn't know it's not picked up by Lewis. Goes towards Hinchcliffe, who on hands and knees gets the ball to Ross Arnell. Arnell goes forward looking for Woods, and Woods at ground level can't pick the ball up. Good pressure from Moreland again. They hold the ball up. Pressure comes in now from McAuliffe. Both players take him to the ground, and it's a good decision this time, and the umpire will throw the ball up.
They're really not
So on
supporting the bloke who's got the guts to go for the footy. They're getting nothing.
The ball off the ground, and it comes forward, and Bevan Hurst picks the ball up on the left foot, goes back inside again. Too much carry on the ball. Higgleton reading the ball well, takes the mark, plays on quickly, goes towards Biskin in the middle. Fantella drops a mark he should have taken, but Reeks there. He was held without the ball. Fantella goes back and gets it, releases the handball, but Biskin now comes out for Bannockburn, goes forward looking for Malane Grant in front, and this time too much reach for Bott, and Tom Malone Grant takes the mark some 30 metres out from goal directly in front. So Malone Grant goes back, shoot at goal number 9 for the day. So both full forwards having big hands in their goal, kicking for their side. It's a nice looking kick off the boot, and it's through for a goal. That is his 9th goal for the day.
So in the middle, ball in the air once again. Dorber gets the tap down. Players going up and down the spot to some degree. Gibbs tried to bring the ball back underneath, and no free kick. Got pushed in the back as the crowd exclaim in front of us. Picked up by Sean Lewis. Goes towards half forward. Almost a one-handed mark there to Sam Hickleton. Ball picked up by McElveny and has a pot shot at goal. Haven't seen
all day. Thompson just continually kept doing things that I suppose enthralled us, whereas neither side here have done too much of that.
So the ball now from Bliss as Bliss is put down after he's kicked the footy, and that's about the first time that's been given for the day. Van Ingen takes the free kick, goes to Fuller, drew the player over the top to Dean Perkins. He gets around a couple of players, then on the left foot goes towards centre half forward. Not a good kick in front. Fursland dropped a mark perhaps he should have taken. Oh, Alistair Woods does well. He just kicked it off the ground, goes to Malane Grant. Malane Grant, I reckon, was going for goal number 10, got halfway. The good part for the Bannockburn side, of course, is that it fell into the arms of young Hobbs, who's on the edge of the goal square. He just strolls in and kicks his 2nd goal for the day.
In a little bit.
So the ball back with the centre and the umpire. He throws it in the air, comes to the back of the contest. Fursland tries to take the ball and escapes some tackling, but some good pressure there from Dickers, and the umpire comes in and takes possession. So we've advanced some 10 metres. Bannockburn's forward. Bow, good big cup there by overall. Goes to Lewis. Handballs out and goes to Ellis. But a free kick there for incorrect disposal goes to player in Perkins. So Perkins to Biskin, and again Bellpost still under defender pressure, but some good work there from the player in Moreland, and Moreland dreams the ball out, goes short, the kick's not good, goes towards Gibbs. So Gibbs now steadies props, goes back inside, but again the kicking skills have fallen away from both sides, and Martin's able to pluck that one away, goes out wide, finds Fursland, has time to steady, long kick going forward, looking for Kavka by himself in space, and Rob Kavka takes the mark at 45, will kick from about 50.
Been a good battle in Bliss, haven't they, when they've been together?
I think Bliss has probably taken the honours on the day.
Yes.
You can tell by his just the look on his face and the body language there when Kavka actually slipped away and got one. He thought, that's not what I wanted.
So Kavka's shot on goal has gone through for a major. So Rob Kavak
approaching 17 minutes, final quarter, as the air gets pretty cool. Dickers gets the tap down to the ground, picked up there by Gibbs. Dickers, I don't know whether he's supposed to be shepherding or what, but he seems to be just getting in the way. They go towards, Gibbs' kick goes towards half forward, and Van Ingen takes the mark outside forward 50, goes towards full forward. Up high, Malone Grant has 2 to beat. Ball comes to ground, and it is Fantella, goes across the face of goal, finds Hurst on half-back flank, and Hurst for Belpost Hill hooks the ball towards the lead there of Baseley, but unfortunately kicked it straight into the arms of Fuller. So Fuller now called a play on by the umpire, and he kicked it straight to Sean Lewis. I'm not too sure where that was going, but pretty poor effort from Fuller on that occasion. From Sean Lewis now, goes towards the middle of the ground. Dick Kazina took it from behind. Ball fell into Dicker's arms, and the long handball came to from Watts to Watts, and now they've turned it over again as Nathan Lewis kicks it along the ground. There is a foot race, and Brad Watts is far too quick. Oh, that surely is a poor tackle. Nathan Lewis, the ball now thrown in once again. Dicker to Fuller, not a good handball from Fuller, tried to find Watts. Alistair Woods tackle without the footy, no free kick, and gee, if these blokes are 3 of the top umpires, we're in a bit of bother. 18 minutes gone, final quarter. 17-11 Bannockburn, 10-8 Belpost Hill.
So umpire now throws the ball in the air. I think it's knocked forward by Casino, goes towards Hole's find, dives in the ball, now releases it. Some good play now. Sean Lewis running out of defence, gets to centre wing, goes long. Target's going to be Grigic. Player is Tui, gets the ball to ground. No, yes it is. It's going to be paid a mark and 50 metres. So another goal here to Brent Grigic will bring his tally to 6 for the day, and not a bad return for the full forward. He'll have 6 of the 11, so both full forwards with more than 50% of the goals.
I wonder if that hadn't have been Brent Grigic, would it be a mark? 2, would it be 50?
No and no would be the answer I'll give you.
So Brent Grigic goes back. He kicks his 6 goals. So back with the centre. The ruckman go at it again. Casino doing well in there, getting a fist on the ball, but it's picked up there by Lee Perkins, tackled by Lewis. Casino goes back and tries to kick the ball mid-air, can't do so. Has it in between his legs. I don't think it's going to come out of that contest. And a free kick's going to be given there against Nathan Lewis, I think. So Lewis on Perkins, and Lee Perkins result of the free kick. And he's going to get 50 metres. So the play with Lee Perkins, the player will now go back inside 50. Goes back. Handballs back to Higgleton. Higgleton loads up from 50. Kicks long, but across the face of goal and through for a gone. But we've had a bit of slow play there for 2 minutes.
So Chris Morland, a short kick into Bott. Ball still in the back pocket for Belpost Hill, and really players just playing out time. Bott decides to go across the face of goal, looking for Martin. Oh, Arnold does well on that occasion. Gets the ball to ground. The ball picked up Fantella, dropped the mark on centre wing he should have taken. He's got Hole's find on his own. Takes the mark outside 50. The lead comes from Grigic, and Grigic has taken a very easy mark on that occasion, and the opportunity here for goal number 7. So we've had good performances both ends of the ground, with already 9 goals to Tom Lane Grant. And certainly Grigic may have had a couple of gifts, but he is coming in for goal number 7. Moves in. It's a good looking kick off the boot, and just snuck it through. That's all you've got to do. So that
23.5 minutes gone, last quarter. Dick is up, but again, Casino gets the ball down, goes towards Sean Lewis. He can't take clean possession, but he's able to go back and get it. Handballs to Martin, who kicks the ball forward, so we're back inside 50. Kavka it was. It didn't take the mark, but he's released the ball forward. Hickleton goes back, can't pick the ball up. McElvenney's in pursuit, along with Popovsky. Good, strong tackle, goes back to Tui, now to Hickleton, and Hickleton just runs it through for a minor score. So that's 12 goals, 9 now. 12 goals, 9, and 17 goals, 12 to Bannockburn. And I think Sam Hickleton and his keenness to get play delivered outside. Grigic hadn't moved outside the 50, so he pings him I don't know whether that's the right decision either, but ball with Watts comes wide, goes towards Bliss. Oh, Bevan Hurst probably a bit strong, and now another 50-metre penalty. So, again, this hasn't been a highly class game, and I think we might have left it at three-quarter time. It might have been all right, but Bliss has a 50-metre penalty, which will take him from one end of the ground to the other and inside 50. And players now, Hickleton's going to be the bloke he's going to go to. He goes by hand to Hickleton, and that was pitched a long way out. Hickleton's put himself under pressure, goes wide. Govinning and back to Watts, and Watts now loads up, goes back towards the goal square. Casina's back there. Yeah, it's a push underneath it there. Fair enough call. Push Casina under the ball, Gibbs, and Casina will take the resulting free kick. So Eloise Casina rucked for the last part of the quarter. Has Moreland running round behind him. Releases the ball to him, and now Moreland kicks outside 50, looking towards Fursland. In front, Perkins. Oh, the ball's called a play on. He ducks his head, but he gets through the contest, goes to Biskin. Biskin now does a full circle, goes back on his left foot, tries to pinpoint Dean Perkins. He can't take the first one, able to steady, go round on his right foot, brings the ball back and is smothered off the boot. So play has deteriorated. Now it's back with Overall. He kicks out of defence, goes back towards the centre wing. Popovsky knocks the ball down, picked up there by Biskin. With pace, gets through the contest, goes on his left foot, goes back looking for Gibbs. Casina over the top. He does get the mark. Gibbs put one hand up. I don't know if he had enough on it. Goes to Hinchcliffe, who kicks towards the goal square. Malane Grant can't pick the ball up. Pushed in the back, and it's going to be pushed through for a minor behind. Enough.
Yeah, pretty right, Dale, as Nathan Lewis again kicks to himself and then puts the ball inside the centre square. Picked up the back of the pack by Matt Watts. Goes to Hickleton. Hickleton, the long driving kick into full forward. Numbers back there for Belfast Hill. 4 surrounding Tom Malane Grant, and the mark taken. The handball came out wide to Moreland at the back of the siren time, I would have thought, as the ball's thrown in. Dickers done well in the ruck in difficult circumstances. Handball comes back to Nathan Lewis. He draws a player, goes back to almost the goal square as the ball... Fantella's in real strife there. Nathan Lewis comes in to try to rectify proceedings. Can't do so. In fact, Nathan Lewis is getting up very groggily from that last altercation. I think he actually ran into one of his own teammates. But the ball now in the air, 25 metres out from goal. The tap down comes to Baseley. Baseley for Belpost Hill, goes out wide. Hickleton's done well. Gee, he read that pretty well. He was on his own. He's got time to pick it up and now measure the kick, and found Brad Watts on centre wing. Watts now, the long driving kick into the full forward area. Unfortunately, not long enough. And the mark taken by Bott. Bott goes back to the goal square. Nathan Lewis, he just kept it in play. Now hooks around the body and finds Ellis. Ellis now takes the mark and plays on. Has one bounce. Draws the player, goes towards centre wing. Arnold does well. He gets the ball to Nicholson. Nicholson now, a little chip pass and doesn't get it to Fuller. Fuller back, gives it to Arnold by hand. He goes towards full forward. Touched off the boot, said the umpire. So the players play on as the siren sounds. Thank goodness for that. Put us all out of our misery as the game concludes. And the final score in our round 16 match of the day here at Victoria Park shows Bannockburn 17 goals, 13, 115 have defeated the Belpost Hill side, 12 goals, 9, 81. So goal kickers for the game as Christie goes out to hopefully commandeer our player of the day. It's for Bannockburn. Tom Malane Grant kicked 9. 3 to Dean Perkins, 2 to James Hobbs, 1 to Alistair Woods, 1 to Ross Arnold, 1 to Justin Bliss. And for Belpost Hill, 7 to Brent Grigich, 2 to Rob Kavka, 1 each to David Holzfeind and Bevan Hurst. Just repeating the final score in our match today, Bannockburn 17-13, 115 have defeated Belpost Hill 12-9, 81. Grand.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Eric. Tom, a lazy 9 today. Congratulations. Wanted to ask you, during the week there was an article in the Geelong News just about a university assignment or something that you had to do with the art of kicking goals. I don't know what you wrote, but clearly it worked out for you today.
Well, I haven't completed it yet. yeah, I've got a little bit of time. I've got till the end of October to do it, but yeah, it's getting me a little bit of the way anyway. I've done a few bit of pre-intervention sort of stuff, and no, it's coming along nicely. So it did help me today a little bit, I think. So yeah, no, it was good.
Now, there's been a lot of talk throughout the year, I guess, as you as being the obvious focal point in this side, and perhaps whether or not that's a positive thing, having that one sort of go-to player. How does that sort of sit on your shoulders? Do you mind the burden of being the key focal point in a side like this?
No, it's a great side to be probably a key focal point. I think we've got there's 5 or 6 blokes now that have kicked over 25 goals. So I think last year we were probably a little bit too dependent on 1 or 2 players, but this year we're sharing the load a lot more. And yeah, the delivery from the boys just upfield, it's been superb. They're got a great midfield, got about 8 or 9 blokes that run through there, and they're all their skills are starting to come along. So no, it's going well.
Now, you missed a game or two a few weeks back now after that game against North, hurt your knee, and it probably headlines a string of injuries. You guys have had one of the worst runs, I think, of any team in the competition in terms of injuries. How confident are you guys about getting all of your players back to, well, at least semi-full strength going into finals and having a good crack at it?
Yeah, well, we should. I think we've still got about 6 or 7 out. So the poor old reserves are struggling to scrap in the numbers. But yeah, we're hoping to finish on top and we get that week's break, and that'll be vital in our preparations. Yeah, to looking for the weeks following those. But yeah, the injuries we've got at the moment, they're just little niggly ones. There's no big major ones. They're just trying to get everyone back to up to 90. Yeah, we should be pretty right come finals time, hopefully.
What did you think of Belpost Hill's performance today? Because they didn't give up much of a fight, did they? And for a side that's potentially going to obviously play finals, it's I guess positive for you guys. But I guess you want to play obviously against quality opposition as well come finals time.
Yeah, it's great. Belpost Hill today put up a very gallant effort. They're a good side. They're a good unit. They chip the ball around a lot, and they've got really good skills. Yeah, they're just probably our boys toughed it out a little bit better today. We got off to a really good start, and I think the final scoreline was about what we were at quarter time there. So yeah, it was pretty even after quarter time. It was probably the start that just let them down, and yeah, they're a good bunch of blokes, and yeah, they'll be definitely there come finals time. So.
Just finally on finals, how much emphasis have Kevin and Brett put on finals, and I guess perhaps the improvement that needs to be made by you guys to take it that next step and obviously come home with another flag like the one that we see flying over there?
Yeah, there's a few of us that played in that one over there, the 03 one, and yeah, we're sort of only young pups then, 17, 18, and you think they're going to happen every year, and then to now haven't played in the grand final since that, and it's just what you strive for. And Kevin and Brett, they've done a magnificent job with this. We sort of broke the season into three games at a time, and yeah, we've got obviously these last 3 games or 2 to go now, and yeah, hopefully we finish off on top, and yeah, then all go well for the finals. So it should be really good.
No worries. Well, I know your teammates are waiting for you, so you'll probably get in trouble. So best of luck.